2002 Buick Regal passenger side airbag replacement actually turned out to be quite a big job. I had to completely pull the whole dash pad, seats, console, just to get the passenger side airbag out of this car. Problem with the way GM done this was the airbag actually goes in first and then they set the dash pad over it. As you can see with all the electrical wires and everything, it has to be unplugged. It's actually quite a job. What I did, I found a little cheater way to do it. I didn't want to tear my wife's car completely apart, the dash out of it, mainly because of all the electrical stuff that's in it. I was afraid I'd have a problem. What happened on this car is the airbag actually blew the windshield on it, so the windshield had to come out. What I found I could do is I could take and pop out the passenger seat, and that gave me enough room to get inside the car and work a little easier. I got the airbag in from up top, and what I had to do is I had to pop the pop rivets out of the bracket that goes in the dash. I'll show you in a minute. But the big problem was going to be getting the cover back on it. There's no way to get the cover on it. You cannot get to it from underneath. So to do it this way, I had to actually cut a section so that I could get my cover back on it. What you see is you've got your bracket here, and then you got your nuts that come back through right here. Getting it in this way, I had no way of getting the cover back on it. So what I did is I actually cut the dash back a little bit right here. This was actually cracked from when the airbag deployed. It was broke. So I cut back the cracked spot out of it. Of course, you'd have to have the windshield out to do this. And then I'm able to slide the cover back up and get the studs through the hole there, and I can go ahead and get the nuts back on it. I did have to break the pop rivets loose and use some screws to put it back together to give me enough room to spread this wide enough to get it in there. And even doing it this way, it was quite a job. I'm not recommending this to anyone. I'm not saying that this is the factory way to do it, because it's not. It just saved me from taking the whole dash out of this car, which I did not want to do. You'd have to have the windshield out to do it this way. Just a little trick that worked for me.